Welcome to Osseo High School for Northwest Suburban Conference softball here on CCX Sports. It's the Spring Lake Park Panthers visiting the Orioles here at Osseo. Night game here. We've got sunlight for now. We'll be under the lights here by the end of tonight's contest, of course. I'm Jay Wilcox along with Jim Feldman as we get set for a battle here after a long and high-scoring JV game here. We get to start it a little bit late here. So Spring Lake Park coming in at 4-7. Here's the lineup for the Panthers. Brianna Nussbaum, the pitcher, will lead it off. Then it's Audrey Bendersky, the third baseman, hitting second. Kennedy Stone in center field. Larissa Snyder, the shortstop, hits fourth. Hannah Repke in right field, hitting fifth. Ashlyn Peterson, the catcher, hits sixth. And Jenna Nussbaum, the designated player. Carissa Roll in left field, and McKenna Van Cleve, the first baseman for Spring Lake Park. And the defensive alignment for Osseo, they have Kaylee Mall at third base, Lindsay Varney at shortstop, Maya Strumman at second base, and Maddie Deal at first base. In the outfield, Megan Wacholtz, Toddy Shack, and Tessa Strand. Greta Lindsay is behind the plate and doing the pitching for the Orioles today is junior right-hander Rachel Evers. She has split time this season with Lyric Walters. Evers is 1-1. She's pitched 13 2/3 innings. So 3-3 for Osseo, and meanwhile Spring Lake Park, because of dome play, Jim, they've been able to get in more games. They've played 11 so far, and started out okay, then have had a little rocky patch, and then got healthy a little bit against some smaller schools in the tournament too.
Yeah, I mean, they really played well. They played Blaine really tough, and Blaine is one of the top teams in the state. And then like you say, then they hit a little rough patch. They've been giving up a lot of runs. I'm kind of expecting today to be a rather high-scoring affair because both teams have shown they can hit, and both teams have shown they can give up some runs, too. So looking for a good competitive contest.
So Nussbaum stepping in against Evers. Taken for a ball here. Of course, an all-turf field. We don't see a whole lot of those, although obviously a lot of the players play a lot of dome ball, and we've even seen some high school games in this spring being played indoors. As we said, Spring Lake Park's had some, but it takes a little bit of getting used to in terms of handling the ball, I think, and how hard you need to bunt and things like that.
Yeah, it does. And with the way the weather's gone this spring, there's a number of schools that have a turf, multi-purpose turf field available in addition to the regular dirt field. And so there's been a lot of games played on turf.
Lifted foul and out of play down the third base line. With the addition of lights a few years back, Osseo has been able to play some more night games. I think one obvious benefit is you see a lot of parents able to be here that maybe wouldn't necessarily be able to for those 4:30 games.
Yeah, and if the JV game was any indication, it's going to be a loud and boisterous crowd.
3-2 pitch here coming to Nussbaum, and that's taken for a ball, and she will draw a leadoff walk here. So the Panthers get a runner to start the top of the first, and Audrey Bendersky will be the hitter. The one thing I always wonder about is sliding on this has got to be a little bit difficult.
It's not really. You kind of get used to it. I mean, I grew up in the streets of Chicago, and we did sliding on the asphalt streets, So.
Little tapper here. It wasn't a bunt, but it works pretty much the same as she gets Nussbaum down to second. Bendersky out on the tapper back to the pitcher, and now Kennedy Stone will hit.
Yeah, the one thing that the turf does do is it gets a little bit more grip on the ball, and so some of those balls like that one that spin a little bit, they might take a funny hop. A sideways hop. Not, you get a true hop every time, but sometimes they bounce a bit sideways because of the spin.
Kennedy Stone, the center fielder, fouls away the first pitch here, so runner into scoring position with one out for Spring Lake Park. Hits it hard to the left side. Nice stop, but no chance to get it out. It'll be an infield hit for Stone.
keeps the runner at second base, so that was a nice play to get over there.
Barney laying out, making that play, and I think smart, obviously, too, to not, you want to come up and be the hero and try and throw him out, but it really wasn't
there was
a chance.
No chance on that. I mean, even if she kept her feet, there would be very little chance of getting that play off.
Larissa Snyder, the batter now for Spring Lake Park, as they threaten early. As Jim said, we kind of expect that we might see a fair amount of base runners in this one. The pitchers will try and prove us wrong on that, but that's been the indication based on what they've done so far. Smack to first. And get the out there as both runners move up. So an important second out recorded there as they get the cleanup hitter Snyder on a bouncer to Maddie Deal at first. So that'll leave it up to Hannah Repke now, batting with runners at second and third. Liner, and a nice catch by Varney.
Shortstop made 2 great plays that inning. It always sets the tone. So when you come out hot, especially in a game like this, where you're expecting to score a bunch of runs, you make a couple of defensive plays and.
Boy, this one was going to probably score 2 if this one gets through. Nice catch.
Yep.
Made it look easy. Good reaction, though, by Varney. And Repke will have to settle for a very hard hit out. So the Panthers, no runs, 1 hit. And they leave a couple in scoring position. So after a half inning, we're at 0 for Spring Lake Park. And Osseo getting set to bat for the first time. And here's the lineup for their new head coach, Tarek Morey, and the Orioles. Tessa Strand, the right fielder, leads it off. Then it's the DP, Lyric Walters. Greta Lindsay, the catcher, hits third. Megan Wachholz, the left fielder, hitting fourth. Haley Mall at third base. Toddy Shack in center. Barney, who made that nice catch there, the shortstop, hits seventh. Maddie Deal at first. And Maya Strumman, the second baseman, hits in the number 9 slot. And for Tony Stone and the Panthers, their defensive lineup looks like this, as Bendersky at third. Snyder is the shortstop. Callie Ricker, who's not in the batting lineup, the flex player, in there at second base. Kenna Van Cleve at first. Roll, Stone, Repke in the outfield. Ashlyn Peterson catching, and Brianna Nussbaum doing the pitching for Spring Lake Park. They have had 3 pitchers do some pitching this year, and they go with the left-hander Nussbaum here as Strand stepping in. Tessa hitting .278 so far this year. Got 3 doubles and a couple of triples too, and she is hit by the first pitch.
Tough way to get on base, but it's an effective way.
Strand, your main job just to get on as that leadoff hitter especially, and she does it by taking one in the leg. Lyric Walters the batter now, and that one is low.
Yeah, I'm not really expecting any fancy stuff in terms of the runner going right now.
Strand has stolen 4 bases this season.
But in a game like this, you want to give the kids a chance to hit, get on the board early with, put up a big number in the first inning.
Gonna bunt it, and it's a pretty good one. Not gonna have a play. So Strand down to second, and Walters will have a bunt single.
Yeah, that was a well-placed bunt. On the turf, it can get out a little bit quicker. You can see how the spin just kind of stopped it there in the second hop.
Yeah, I think maybe on a dirt field, you might have said the third baseman could have waited and possibly see if it go foul, but it wasn't going to, so she picked it up, did the right thing. Greta Lindsay, the batter now for Osseo. Greta hitting .231 this season. Has 1 triple, 1 home run, has driven in 4. So a couple aboard to start the bottom of the first here for Osseo. Spring Lake Park threatened but didn't score in the top of the inning. That one's a strike.
Well, it's always good to get the runners on and at least give yourself a chance. And, you make enough chances and the runs are going to come in.
Fouls that one away.
One thing we'll be paying attention to as we go through the game is the play of the outfield. Because when you get a game like this with a lot of balls potentially going out there, the team with the better defensive play in the outfield usually comes up on top. So we'll just kind of keep that in mind as we watch the game.
Little tapper here. They'll have to go to first. Juggled a little, but that's why it's nice to be the second baseman. You don't have very far to throw it, even if you make a little bit of a mistake there. And they'll get the out as the runners move up.
Yep, that's why I played second base almost my entire career. That and I didn't have much of an arm.
Megan Wachholtz has been a big threat this year, hitting .550, a couple of home runs, and far and away the team leader with 9 runs batted in. Goes after a low one, knocks it to short. They'll come home, and it is in time.
Beautiful play.
Had the infield pulled up. Now Wachholtz takes advantage by going all the way up to second, but they get the key out there at the plate as Strand going on contact and was actually out by quite a bit here.
Yeah, but still you got to make that nice sweep tag to get the runner out. If the runner would have tried to do a slide by on the outside, might have had a better chance of getting in there.
Kaylee Mall, the batter here, fouls that one away. So the silver lining for Osseo, though, is that Wachholtz was aggressive and went all the way up to second. So now a single potentially could bring her in with 2 outs. But well done defensively, certainly by the Panthers, as Snyder was ready and came up throwing.
Yeah, and that's the mentality you have to have when you're going to make plays like that. They did have the infield in, so it's obviously something they were thinking about to cut off that run.
Rip and a miss there. Mall's hitting .438 so far this year. Same spot Spring Lake Park was in the top of the first with runners at second and third, 2 outs. They were unable to get the run in. And that one's a called third strike on the outer half as Mall goes down looking. So Osseo threatens but doesn't score. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left aboard. After an inning full here at Osseo, 0-0, the Panthers and the Orioles.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back here to Osseo. Ashlyn Peterson stepping in here for Spring Lake Park to lead off the top of the second and takes the ball from Rachel Evers.
Yeah, well played first inning on both sides, and we hope we see a lot of that to keep the game interesting and close.
Pounded to third on one hop. Low throw, but a nice dig there by Deal as Maul got rid of it in a hurry. A little low on the throw, but the play made. And yeah, the way the people got on wasn't identical, but the inning kind of played out the same way. Yeah. Here's Jenna Nussbaum, the designated player now for Spring Lake Park. Looks at a ball outside. I think it's good feeling to get a ball early, too, for these infielders. So, you kind of get the nerves out of the way a little bit if you get involved in the first inning like that.
Yeah, especially for Spring Lake Park where they're not used to playing in this particular turf. You got to, yes, they get the infield before the game, but that's really only a couple of ground balls.
Nussbaum up in the count now, 3-0. Or 3-1, excuse me. Fouls that one away.
Well, she's up there hitting. She doesn't want to take a walk. Find a good pitch, drive it somewhere. And that wasn't a good pitch.
Well, not much she could have done with that one, so she will take the walk here with one out, and Carissa Roll will be the hitter now for the Panthers. Tapper to third. They'll go to second, but it's dropped. And that'll be an error there on the second baseman, Strumman, coming over. It seemed to be a pretty good throw, but just popped out of her glove.
Yeah, it's a good throw. It's a good play. It's the right decision. Sometimes you just have momentary lapse of concentration, and she kind of got hung up the way she was attacking the ball.
McKenna Van Cleve is the hitter. A little soft liner, and Varney makes a diving catch. Flip back to second is in time. Double play as Varney laying out for the catch.
That's two line drives. She's made great plays on. That one was really something else.
Already a play of the week winner on CCX this last week, and now comes up with another great one here.
She just picks it right off the turf and keeps it in the glove. And
just shoveled it over in time. Yep. So we'll go to the bottom of the second here, still at 0-0.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back here to Osseo as we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Shaq, Varney, and Deal hitting for Osseo, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up against Brianna Nussbaum. Yeah, the little piece of that one, a foul tip.
We'll see if they can translate that good defense into some good offense, keep the momentum going. It all starts with getting this first runner on, though.
Yeah, people have been hitting the ball, but we've seen a couple nice defensive plays already by both teams. We had the one error, but overall it's been a nice start by the infielders on both sides.
Yeah, as they say, a harmless error in retrospect.
And I was almost wanting to give the second baseman the benefit of the doubt with the sun, and then you realize, no, that's the one spot on the field where it definitely wasn't because the sun got in her eyes. There are spots where it still could be a little bit of an issue. I'm thinking third baseman or catcher from certain angles of a throw that you could have a little bit of an issue yet for another probably 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, throws coming in from right field to any base could really be affected.
Shack will draw a walk to start the inning here. So leadoff aboard for the second straight inning for Osseo. And Lindsey Barney, who just made that great catch to start a double play, steps in as a hitter for the Orioles.
Yeah, too bad she wasn't first up.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it funny that you think how many times that does seem to happen? Struggled a bit as a hitter this year, but they like her potential anyway. She's going to drop down a bunt. This time it is foul.
Yeah, they let that one roll foul. You can see it was getting there, and there's no real advantage of picking that one up fair.
Squaring again, offered at it. Here's the throw to first base, and back in is Shack. So Barney, that's one thing that you kind of learn more is that you got to make sure you're bunting strikes and get that bat out of there if you're definitely not wanting to bunt it.
Oh yeah, and especially when you're struggling on offense, being able to put down a sacrifice bunt is very helpful to the cause.
Runner is going, and Shack is in easily. Spring Lake Park didn't really let their catcher know very well, no. I don't think, that she was going.
No, I didn't hear anything, and certainly the catcher didn't react as if she was trying to throw somebody out.
The good news for Osseo is that it wasn't a strike either. It was pretty close. And that one is low. Besides getting a stolen base, they still have Barney up at the plate.
Yeah, get the ball in play, get her over to third.
Change up, able to lay off that one. She thought about it.
Oh, yeah. I think the umpire thought about it, too.
3-2 pitch coming here to Barney with Deal waiting on deck. Fights that one off. Here's where if you're Newsbaum, you'd really like to get the strikeout to not allow them to move that runner up.
Yeah. Strikeout, pop up.
And instead it's going to be the second straight walk. So 2 on and nobody out, and Maddie Deal will be the hitter.
Yeah, and when you're cruising through, close to the bottom of the order, that's not what you want to do to start out an inning. Give them a couple of free passes.
Missed outside with that one. 1-0 here to Deal. Back up the middle, and it's going to be through for a base hit. They're going to throw to third, and that skips away. Not far enough to score the run, but it does move Deal up. So Shack scores. Osseo up 1-0. Barney into third.
Ball must have gone out of play. They're awarding the runners an extra base. We couldn't see it from our vantage point. Let's take a look.
Yeah, so it's going to be 2-0. Let's see where it goes here.
Oh, the fielder took it out of play.
Yeah, she's onto that. I can see why she didn't realize. I'm sure they, briefly discussed it before the game, but stepping onto that concrete area, they're ruling that out of play. So 2 runs come in.
Yeah, I think the ground rules, there's a fence right there. You think the ground rules would be
to the fence.
To the fence, yeah, but it's not.
So Strumman will be the batter. Yeah, that's the one area of the field that we can't see from where we're at. So I called it a little too quickly. That didn't notice that. Now that one gets away. And Deal will move over to third. I say the backstop here is not very far away, so a pitch that comes straight back, a runner coming from third is going to have to really be going to get a good jump.
Yeah, especially on a turf field, because you're going to get the true hops coming back from the backstop.
Drummond pounding it to third. They're going to go across the diamond and get the out on the tag. But, boy, they would have had a very good chance at the lead runner deal if they wanted to come home.
Yeah, that was they should have come home on that play. I'm not exactly sure what she was thinking. Get the sure out. I mean, that's always a good strategy, but you're trying to get the lead run anytime you can. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, she would have been out by quite a ways if Bendersky. It was a very nice pickup. That ball was hit fairly well, and Bendersky, playing in a little bit. That's a nice defensive play. But I think if she had noticed where the runner was, they could have had a presumably relatively easy out at the plate. So it's a run for Osseo. They're up 3-0 as Tessa Strand stepping in. Now base is empty and one out. That one's over for a strike. Change up.
That was a beautiful pitch.
Nicely done there, and it's a called third strike.
Not much you could do with that. Just sit there and watch it and hope that the umpire is fooled by it. That happens a fair amount. Change up in the strike zone, and the umpire gets fooled and calls it a ball.
Lyric Walters, the hitter now. She had a single her first time up on the bunt single. Close one taken for a ball there. Comes back, change up, and that one was low.
Still a good idea. Anytime you throw a change up, if you can get that next fastball in the strike zone, you've got a good chance of doing that, getting the batter to swing and miss.
Yep, messing with their timing, getting them a little bit unsure up there. And there's a called third strike, second in a row. So Nussbaum works her way out of it, but not until Osseo scores 3 runs in the inning on 1 base hit. No errors and no one left on. We've played 2 innings. It is 3-0 Osseo.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
We go to the top of the third here, and the top of the order coming up for Spring Lake Park as they trail at 3-0 here. Brianna Nussbaum, Audrey Bendersky, and Kennedy Stone will hit for the Panthers. They've had some runners certainly in the first couple innings, but both times the shortstop, Barney, helped Osseo get out of it. The real spectacular play in the second inning and a very nice catch to end the first. There's There's a strike over the outside corner from Evers.
Yeah, and getting good defense like that can really make a pitcher just elevate her game a little bit.
Drops down the bunt. Evers scooping it up, not in time. Nussbaum beating out a bunt single.
It was a good bunt. It was well played by Evers. She just didn't get there in time.
Number 23, Audrey Benderski.
So Benderski will be the batter here for the Panthers. Fouls this one out of play. Hit a tapper back to the pitcher her first time up. Drills this one to center. Wow, Evers was like, I got to get out of the way of this one. That had a lot of heat on it.
Yeah, that was one of those that, just for a brief moment, I thought the center fielder might have a play getting a runner at second.
Yeah, it was hit so hard on one hop there, but actually very good read by Nussbaum that ball wasn't going to be caught or anything. She had a good jump. I think you're right. Against a runner who wasn't as alert or was a slower runner, there might have been a play. Here's Stone drilling one a long way to right center, and that one will get to the fence. A run will score. And runners at second and third as Nussbaum in to score. Kennedy Stone drilling a double, and Spring Lake Park thinking, okay, now this is more like it. Two batters in a row have hit ropes.
Yeah, this is the second time through the order. You've seen the pitcher, seen what she's got. There's not a tremendous amount of speed. Decent speed on the pitches. Getting a lot of good pitches to hit, though.
Larissa Snyder took the first pitch for ball and the second as well. Larissa grounded to the first, or bounced to the first baseman deal her first time up, but Panthers on a good roll here in this third inning. That one is a strike.
Yeah, she was taken all the way on that one. Get to 3-0 and you kind of go, well, yeah.
Had a cut but didn't get it, and now the count running full here.
That's a good pitch. After you start out with 3 balls, come back with a pitch like that.
And that one is low, though, and Snyder will work out a walk. So the base is loaded here for Spring Lake Park, and Repke will be the batter. Lined out to short her first time up. There's a strike. Lifting it to short left field, and it's going to be the shortstop going back, Barney. Oops, almost threw that one too high, but they'll get the out, and one gone in the inning.
Yeah, again, Barney made a nice play on that. Goes back, just has it under control, gets rid of the ball quickly. The runner on third did a little, a couple of steps, try and draw that throw. You never know, it might get away, and it, almost did.
Ashley Peterson, the hitter, looks at a first pitch strike. Panthers not satisfied with one run here. They've got the bases full now, 1 out. And a little spinner foul down the first base line.
Yeah, just looking at that one like it might drift fair with the spin on that one.
This one is knocked into right center. That's a base hit. Should score a pair here, and we are tied up. Throw misses the cutoff and gets away, and another run will come in as it goes into the dugout. So Peterson knocking in 2 with a double. And then the third run will score on this throwing error.
Jenna Newsbaum.
I didn't exactly see whether the runner had rounded first base by the time the throw was made or not. If she had, that runner should be at third.
Jenna Newsbaum will be the hitter here, and that's what Spring Lake Park was asking right now. And yeah,
Not sure if we've got a shot of that or not.
I kind of have to disagree with keeping her at second there, like the Panthers thought. Newsbaum had a walk her first time up. Rip and a miss. And what he said to them was she hadn't rounded second, but that...
No, you get two bases from wherever you are when the fielder lets go of the ball. So it doesn't matter if she's rounding second. It doesn't even matter if she's running back towards first when the throw is made. The award is two bases.
Lifted to left field. And that is a fair ball. Throw comes into third, not in time. Of course, the lead runner, Peterson, had to kind of hold up there. She still makes it, though. And Newsbaum will get a bloop double there. That one was hit in a tough spot.
It was. I was kind of expecting another fantastic play by the shortstop, but can't make them all.
Yeah, it was hit fairly high, but just in a perfect spot to drop in between the fielders. So Carissa Roll is the batter now for SLP. She reached on an error first time up on that throw down to second. It got away. So they've already taken the lead here 4-3, but they've still got a great opportunity to add to it now with the runners at second and third. Taking for a ball there. Missed high and away. So 3-1 to Roll. First base is open, but going to lift this one to right field. That one is going to drop in. One run is in. Here comes run number 2.
Yeah, one took a hop and got by the right fielder. It's one of those things that looked like she was trying to think about, should I try and get this one on the fly or not? And she kind of let it play her.
So now a 6-3 lead. Another one well placed. Yeah, you're right. Probably wanted to lay back and just try and take that one on a easier hop there, Strand. Because, yeah, the second runner was definitely not going to come home until that ball bounced away, and then it made it an easy decision and easy play to score. So Van Cleve will be the batter as a little conference here for Osseo. Things have kind of spun out of control in a hurry for them. It felt like they were doing well.
Yeah, they have. And, I don't know what his philosophy is on changing pitchers, but I'm sure he's considering making a move. Not that, the pitching has been terrible. It's just, sometimes you've got to change the momentum, do something to...
And Van Cleve lifting this one a long way out to right field, but it'll be hauled in. Now they're going to have a chance in the double play as Roll lost sight or just didn't think that catch was going to be made, and so she is doubled off, and Osseo escapes trouble. But it's a huge inning for Spring Lake Park as they put 6 on the board. Panthers now lead it 6-3.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
We go to the bottom half of the third. Spring Lake Park erupting with 6 in the top half of the inning to go ahead of Osseo now 6-3. As you can see the Panthers and Brianna Nussbaum completing her warm-up tosses. The 3, 4, 5 hitters due here for Osseo in the third. Greta Lindsay, Megan Wacholtz, Kaylee Mall.
Speaking of seniors, leading off this inning for the Orioles, number 12, Greta Lindsay.
Yeah, and hopefully the Orioles, from their perspective, can put a rally of their own together, keep this game close.
Yeah, they're hoping that offense is contagious, even if it was the other team, right? Yeah,
plus they ended with another very good defensive play, getting the double play.
And you have to wonder if Roll maybe you kind of lost sight of the ball. I mean, I wasn't necessarily thinking it was going to be a catch for sure, but she really got a long way off there. I think
well, maybe she forgot how many outs there were.
Yeah, that could have been it as well.
Because on a play like that, if you hang around close to the base, well, for one thing, if it's caught, you've got a very good chance of tagging up, getting the third. And if it's not caught, you've got a very good chance of scoring anyway.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think that last point, you may be very well right, thinking that there was already 2 outs. Because she really went a long way, and she got all the way to third before her frantic coach sending her back. Bounce down to second, and Lindsay is out for 3 to begin the third, and now Megan Wacholtz will hit. Wacholtz hit into a fielder's choice as she bounced one to short, and then Strand was thrown out at the plate in the first inning. Again, she has had a potent bat. The best power hitting numbers for Osseo this year. Change up. Oh, and a nice catch. Bendersky, a little bit of a snow cone, but hung on. That was nice.
Teams are flashing the leather today.
Boy, and that pitch of the changeup,
she waited on it, drove it. It wasn't hit that sharply because it's kind of hard to hit the changeups that sharply, but boy, it was a nice play at third.
Kaylee Mall will be the batter, and fouls it down the right field line. Quick reactions at third, but the good thing is you don't have time to think about it. I mean, it's just a reaction play. Mall took a called third strike her first time up. 2-hopper to short, and throw across is in time. So a great inning defensively for the Panthers. Osseo in the third. No runs, no hits, and no one left. We've completed 3, and it's 6-3 Spring Lake Park.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
What do an aerospace engineer, cancer immunologist, and bat scientist all have in common? We all have cool jobs in STEM fields. Whether it's building robots or learning to code, girls everywhere are finding their passion for science, technology, engineering, and math through positive role models and mentors. So dare to dive in, get connected, and explore. You never know what your future may hold. Learn more about these and even more cool jobs at SheCanSTEM.com.
Welcome back here. Spring Lake Park leading it by a score of 6-3 as we head to the top half of the fourth.
Yeah, you can almost see Spring Lake Park's defense just kind of perk up. They played very confidently that inning after getting the 6 spot. And that's the way that, the team works. It's good teamwork, offense to defense. It's the same players involved, and it's what you want to do.
Well, the fourth inning starts the way the third did with Brianna Nussbaum up. She laid down a bunt for a single and got a big inning started. This time knocks it to short. Varney not able to handle it. She's made a couple of great plays, but that time juggled it, and it'll be an error as Nussbaum reaches. Nussbaum runs very well, too, and I think that Varney had that in her mind a little bit.
Yeah, she did. And plus it was one of those off the end of the bat. Let's see if it takes a little bit of a crazy hop. Yeah, it bounces to the left right at the last minute.
And Dursky a swing and a miss. So Spring Lake Park in the first and the second, they got some runners, they got some threats, but they ended up not scoring. But then the third, they kind of put it all together, really strung some things, some hits back to back, a walk mixed in there as well, an error, kind of.
Yeah, kind of snowballs, and looks like they're trying to set themselves up to do it again.
Ooh, that one way up high, and Nussbaum will easily take second. Actually, Lindsay did a pretty good job even just to get a glove and knock it down. It was way up and out.
Yeah, Nussbaum read that pitch. I mean, she was, not going on the pitch, but when she saw how high it was, she got a good jump.
And it's little things like that, being a good base runner. Yes, she's fast, but she also was ready to go and anticipating, too.
Yeah, anticipating is such a big part of the game.
Ball 4 as Bendersky draws a walk. So first 2 aboard here again for Spring Lake Park in the fourth. Kennedy Stone will be the hitter. She's 2 for 2, and last time up she smoked it. Kind of interesting how the look changes when we had started with a lot of sun and now going to where the lights are starting to take effect, but the hitters don't seem to have had any trouble picking up the ball or anything.
No, they've adjusted very well. The fielders are adjusting very well to the different lighting conditions.
You see how things look now. Obviously a 7 o'clock start. You had a lot of sun to begin. Pops it up very high.
Infield fly rules called.
Strumman staying with that one. As Jim said, it would have been an out anyway, but she'll make the catch. So 1 gone, and Larissa Snyder is the hitter.
Yeah, sometimes you see infielders intentionally drop those, trying to get the runners to run. It's probably safest just to catch the ball, take the out.
There's a strike. Snyder drew a walk last time up and came around to score. Change up miss there. That one's over the inner part of the plate. I'm sorry, Lyric Walters now pitching for Osseo. Didn't catch that initially there. And this one is drilled to right. Lead runner going to throw to second. The ball was dropped. It would have been an out, I think, but she didn't quite hang on. And so Snyder booming single there.
Yeah, really heads-up play by the right fielder.
Make it a 7-3 game. Bendersky rounding second too far.
Yeah, not much too far.
Maybe she was back in anyway,
yep.
but didn't hold on to it. Out to left field, and that's a catch as Repke flying to left field there, and Wachholtz getting over to it.
Yep, nice play down the line there.
Ashley Peterson will be the hitter with 2 outs now, a 7-3 score, and runners at first and second. There's a strike. Peterson last time knocked in a pair, the base hit. A little bit low there from Walters.
Seen a lot of good changeups today. You know, they're not always in the strike zone, but again, like I said earlier, if you deal this one in a good spot.
Tapper to short. Barney up with it and throws across. And they'll get out of trouble. Spring Lake Park does add 1 run in the inning. 1 hit. There was 1 error and 1 left. We go to the bottom of 4. It's 7-3 Panthers.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. As veterans, we can tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. But you've never been interested in easy. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
To Sofia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back here. Osseo down by 4 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Toddy Shack will lead it off here against Brianna Nussbaum.
It's certainly not an insurmountable lead. You know, they've shown they can score runs in bunches at times.
Yeah, in fact, the last at bat for Osseo was the only 1-2-3 inning we've had so far in the game. So yeah, you know, certainly had an opportunity. They had a good second inning, scored 3 times. So in fact, Shack started that inning with a walk and came around to score. Fouled away. Kind of feels like Nussbaum has settled into a little more of a groove, though. You know, sometimes having the lead will do that for you, where she seems like she's pitching pretty confidently right now.
Yeah, and yeah, that's a good skill to have. You get in your comfort zone, start hitting your spots a little bit better. You start maybe even throwing a little bit faster. The changeup looks good. It's always nice to see the pitchers. You know, that's what they strive for, and it's good to see them achieve that once in a while.
Laid off that one.
It has a good-looking pitch.
So full count here now to Shack, leading off the bottom of the 4th. And that one's over the outside corner for a called 3rd strike. Well, that's the 4th strikeout, all of them called for Nussbaum. So Varney will be the hitter.
Yeah, and all those called strikes, I mean, fooled the hitters. 3 of them, I think, were, you know, right on the corners looking good, and then the other one was a changeup.
Barney back to the pitcher. Nussbaum flipping to first, and 2 gone.
2 away for number 16, Maddie Deal.
So Maddie Deal will be the hitter. She had one of only 2 hits that Osseo's had so far. Drove in a run with a single in the second.
It seems like Osseo's had more hits than that.
I know, I was thinking that too, and then I'm looking through my lineup, and no, not really. I mean, they had runners with walks and hit by pitch, but as far as actual clean, legitimate base hits, only 2. One of them was that bunt single by Walters back in the first. And Nussbaum fielding her position well. That one was a much tougher chance than the previous one, but she made it look easy. So the Orioles go 1-2-3 in the 4th. After 4 innings, it's 7-3, Spring Lake Park.
We do a lot of hard labor. A lot of it is driven by technology. We were one of the very first in our area to get vaccinated. We trust experts in their field. We're 5th-generation farmers providing the safest, most economical food because of science. What if we're in a farm accident? There is no room. All the hospital resources are going towards COVID. The vaccine is a tool in our toolkit of how we succeed as a family or as a business. When the sun's setting, we did a good day's work and we can face tomorrow.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. Basically, he had to relearn everything. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
Welcome back. Rachel Evers now pitching for Osseo. It'll be the bottom third of the order coming up here for Spring Lake Park. Jenna Nussbaum will lead things off here. She's been on twice. She's had a walk and a double. So 1 for 1 for her. Roll, and then Van Cleve will hit after that. Evers missing outside.
Not missing by much, but definitely missing.
That one's over for a strike.
Yeah, when you come into the game as a relief pitcher, you want to start strong. See if you can fight back here.
Fouled straight back.
Got a little bit of help on that one.
Hey, go get her here, Rachel.
And that one low and away, and Nussbaum will draw a walk. Carissa Roll will be the hitter.
Now with the sun going down, it's getting a little chillier out here.
I've noticed. I think the wind has actually gotten lesser, but the temperature certainly is plummeting a little bit. We're not out of the woods yet. It was, I think, mid-50s today, but they were still saying low in the 30s tonight. I'll pop up here, and catch made there by the third baseman, Mall.
Number 5, Lieutenant Van Cleve.
And Van Cleve will hit now for Spring Lake Park.
Yeah, it's just one of those little basic plays. You could hear the fielders really talking to each other in that.
And knock past second. So Van Cleve will have a single there as it scooted under the glove of Strumman.
Brandon Nussbaum, you're at the top of the order.
And Brandon Nussbaum will be the hitter. Just didn't quite get to it. I don't think you can quite give it an error, but it was a play where she didn't.
Right, it was definitely a catchable ball, but you're right, it's not an error. You know, and those are the kinds of plays you gotta make to prevent the big inning, and Spring Lake Park is going to try and take advantage of that little miscue.
Nussbaum with the bunt, throw to first, not in time. Boy, she really gets out of the box quick, and the second time she's at a bunt single, and boy, that's perfection there, because even, you know, if you're moving the runners up either way, but then when you got that kind of speed, you beat it out.
Yeah, Nussbaum kind of hesitated a little bit. You know, she took that little bit of a look towards third, see if she could get the runner, and yeah, it was just enough to let her beat it out for the base hit.
Bendersky, the hitter now. She walked last time up. In the third, she pounded one up the middle. I mean, just a rope. Fouled away. I apologize for the confusion on the pitchers, as they've gone in the reverse order of what the lineup gave us, I think, was Evers coming in now. Walters earlier. And that one hits Bendersky, and it'll force in a run.
And she just stood there and took that right off the wrist. It's kind of a scary pitch, or a scary spot in your body to get hit with a pitch.
Kennedy Stone, the batter now.
Oh, it got her in
more
the
the elbow, yeah. Stone knocks one through the left side. That scores one. And holding at third there is Brianna Nussbaum, so the bases will stay loaded up here as Stone drives in another.
Larissa Snyder.
Larissa Snyder will be the hitter. Evers missing up high. Rip and a miss.
Yeah, Evers is not hitting her spots quite as effectively as she would like to. That was a good pitch, though.
Snyder fouls this one away. And that one up the middle will be through for a hit. One run is in. Here comes the second runner. It'll be cut off. So 2 more runs will score for the Panthers as Snyder delivering a single up the middle.
Hannah Rucky.
Go, Osseo! Come on, guys!
Yeah, a little bit of a slow reaction by Evers, it looked like. I'm not sure if she could have gotten that ball, but it looked like she might have.
Repke squaring, and the runners are going to move up. Osseo a little bit slow on the rotation there.
Yeah, it was a good thing she didn't throw down the third, because that was confusion. And then the trail runner had plenty of time to get to second.
You might have an injury down there at third, yeah. So Sophie Soroga is going to come in and run, and unfortunately, I don't know if Stone twisted her ankle or what exactly, but
it almost looks like a knee the way she's walking.
Yeah. See if we can see as she comes in.
Oh, it might be something with her arm. Hard to tell. Certainly uncomfortable.
Well, Hannah Repke will bat with runners at second and third. Cut and a miss. Lines this one up the middle. That'll score at least one. They're going to hold that second runner. Now a throw down to second, not in time. Throw back to third, not in time.
That was well played on the bases by Spring Lake Park. You know, it's so tempting to try and get to home on that throw down the second. But, you know, she took a few steps and then headed back to third, got back safely just in time.
Ashlyn Peterson will hit as they've now batted around here. Pitch misses away. Fouls this one back. Peterson drove in a pair in the third. Between bounce outs to the left side, so 1 for 3.
She's got a pair out there again.
Dismiss there, and keep in mind, of course, they're looking to, you know, one more run would put them at the 10-run margin. Osseo still gets to bat in the 5th, but it is, you know, potentially a big at bat here for that reason.
Yeah, and it's always a little bit of bragging rights to run rule the other team.
Fights that one off. Rip and a miss, and Evers will get the strikeout for out number 2. Jenna Nussbaum will bat. See, Jenna has walked a couple of times and a double in there as well. Lays off that one.
Got an open base if they don't want to pitch to her.
Cut and a miss there. And drills it to right field, but it hangs up enough and caught by Strand. So Nussbaum hits it well, but is out. Spring Lake Park adding 5 runs in the inning, and they lead it 12-3.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. As veterans, we can tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. But you've never been interested in easy. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Orioles trailing at 12-3 as we head to the bottom half of inning number 5. The 9, 1, and 2 spots coming up for Osseo. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter to start the inning. Julia Wascott will lead it off, batting in the 9 slot.
Yeah, Spring Lake Park has had a couple of big innings, and they just kind of piled on once they started going.
Number 3, Julia Wascott.
And Osseo needs to put up a couple of their own, get back into this game.
Wascott 1 for 8 as a hitter this year. Fouls the first pitch away. Just missed inside there.
Just missed the batter, too.
And that one is up high. Earlier in the game, Nussbaum had some control trouble, but the last few innings have been pretty sharp in that regard. Fouled away.
Yeah, she's definitely settled in. She looks like a different pitcher now. You know, just attacking. Of course, you know, getting that 6 runs. You know, when they went up 6-3, that certainly can settle anybody down.
Yeah, and getting some, like you said at the time too, a couple nice defensive plays helps your mentality as a pitcher too, and they had that. Wascott will work out a walk to begin the 5th.
Yeah, that's something you don't want to do when you're, you know, trying to put away the game here. You don't want to give Osseo any hope, so to speak.
Tessa Strand will be the batter now for the Orioles. That one is inside. See, Strand, first time up, hit by a pitch, and then took a called 3rd strike in the 2nd. They had 2 1-2-3 innings in a row in the 3rd and 4th, so it probably feels like it's been a while. Here's a bounce up the middle, could be 2, and not quite dug out.
Yeah, throw was a little bit low. That would have been a good double play.
So Strand will reach on a fielder's choice there as they get the lead runner. And maybe a little slip on the bag there, too, but just hurried to throw a little bit. Good play to block it, at least. You didn't quite scoop it.
Yeah, yeah. It would have been nice if she could have had her and actually touched the base with her right foot so she could use that to, you know, like a little platform to get a little bit more on the throw.
Eric Walters hitting here. 1 for 2. That one over the outside part of the plate for a strike. Slices this one foul.
Into the parking lot where people are smart enough to park right over there.
Missed down and away with that one. And a rip and a miss, and Walters strikes out for out number 2, and Greta Lindsay will hit.
Number 12, Greta.
Actually moving the ball up and down, you know, change the eye angle of the batters, and it paid off on that one.
Second baseman should be ready here. Both times up, Lindsay has hit the ball to her. Give a little credit. Peterson's pretty good at framing pitches. She's, there's a couple times where she's just done a nice job of making it look good on that outside corner.
Yeah, she's pretty smooth back there with her glove. Not a lot of jerky motion, and
That is going to be ruled a swing as they check with the base umpire. I always think that whether it's softball or baseball, if you really want to be a player that gets to play a lot of people don't want to be a catcher. So if you get in, if it's in your heart early to play that spot, you can get a chance to be a player who gets into the lineup.
Yeah, especially at the youth level and the high school level. By the time you get to college, those catchers are pretty polished, and they've been working on it for a long, long time. But, I know a lot of teams that could use catching help. And then what happens a lot of times is, somebody will step up, kind of reluctantly, and then they'll say, wow, I kind of like this, and the other position is with pitchers, but it's kind of hard to step up and be effective right away throwing pitches. And again, there's a lot of teams out there that need pitching.
There's another called third strike over the outside part. As the Orioles done in the fifth, no runs, no hits. There was one left aboard. We go to inning number 6, Spring Lake Park 12 and Osseo 3 here on CCX.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
What do an aerospace engineer, cancer immunologist, and bat scientist all have in common? We all have cool jobs in STEM fields. Whether it's building robots or learning to code, girls everywhere are finding their passion for science, technology, engineering, and math through positive role models and mentors. So dare to dive in, get connected, and explore. You never know what your future may hold. Learn more about these and even more cool jobs at shecanstem.com.
We go to the 6th inning here at Osseo. Spring Lake Park in command at 12-3. They have the bottom part of their order coming up. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters will bat. As Carissa Roll getting set to lead it off against Rachel Evers.
I'll see if Evers does a little bit better in her second inning than her first.
And that one smacked up the middle. First pitch of the inning. Roll delivers her second base hit of the night.
Well, the Panthers are putting a lot of good licks on the ball. You get a pitch you can hit, and they're hitting it.
Yeah, you're right. They have done a nice job of squaring up and getting good solid contact.
Yeah, solid contact.
Even on some of the outs earlier. Swing and a miss by Van Cleve.
Yeah, hitting some good line drives, hitting some nice balls out to the gap.
Van Cleve is 1 for 3, but that's kind of deceiving because she's hit the ball pretty well all 3 times. Lined into a double play and then flew into a double play where the base runner kind of made a mistake. But, actually really hit the ball pretty decent all 3 times.
Let's See if she's going for the triple crown of hitting into 3 double plays.
That would be unusual, and they were very different. The first one was a liner that the shortstop made a diving catch on. The second one was a fly ball to right field where the runner either maybe lost track of the outs or didn't read it very well and thought it wouldn't be caught, and either way it was doubled off second. Tapper back to Evers, gonna flip to first, and lead runner will move up.
Yep, taking the sure out. You know, if it was a real close game, you might want to get that lead runner out. But in a game like this, just getting out.
And it appeared that Roll had a pretty good jump there too. I know I was thinking at first like maybe they'll go to second, but she was getting down there. And a little flare, and that one is going to drop in. Brianna Nussbaum going for a second, and she's able to slide around the tag, and she is in. Wow, aggressive base running there. So she'll get the single and then moves up to second on the throw.
Yeah, she didn't hesitate going around first base. I mean, she just had that in her mind right from the time she left.
I really thought there was at least a 50-50 chance they were going to get her there, though, but did a nice job sliding to the outside of the bag there, too. Bendersky is the hitter.
Yeah, it's one of those plays that, you know, you don't want to just settle for what you think the outcome is going to be, which would have been, you know, getting on first base.
Bendersky hit by a pitch for the second time in a row. So they'll be loaded up now for Stone, who was able to come back in, by the way, after going out with that injury.
They're all set to go except for the umpire.
Well, I'm wondering if this has to do with the re-entry part. He maybe just...
Oh, yeah, just getting the scorecard back.
Yeah. Taken for a ball there. Glad to see that Kennedy is okay. On that play when she dove into third, it was a little bit hard to tell exactly what happened, but...
Yeah, she may have knocked the wind out a little bit.
She would love to smash one here and knock in some runs, but also taking the pitches that, you know, out of the zone like that. Oh, and she ropes this one into left field. One run in. Here comes the second runner. And they'll score a pair. So Stone now 4 RBIs there. Total, I mean, not on that play, obviously.
Yeah. You know, if the third baseman doesn't cut that throw off, they might have had a chance to get her at home. I guess the throw is going a little bit wide.
Larissa Snyder will hit.
Go, Osseo! Oh, okay. I thought you were calling time to talk to me. All right.
Well, calling an offensive timeout here. Discuss the situation. They've already got their 11-run lead.
They do, but then you don't want to assume that Osseo isn't going to score any in the next bottom of the frame here, I guess, too.
Yeah, and when you're on the verge of your second conference win, you want to make sure that you just hammer it home. Remind everybody that this is important. Each run is important.
Outside with that one. Snyder's only been retired once.
Good eye on that one.
And a cut and a miss. Evers getting the strikeout.
That was a nice pitch right at the top of the zone. That's one that you can't really let go by, but it's also one that's really hard to hit.
Repke knocking one into left field, and that should score another run. And will. So runners at the corners.
Ashlyn Peterson.
Ashlyn Peterson will be the hitter. Fouling that one straight back. In Spring Lake Park, they do have this big lead, Jim, but they also only had 2 subs with them for the varsity, so it isn't like they have a lot of people that they can move into the lineup even with this kind of lead.
Well, yeah, and especially when you get an injury there.
Got the runner caught up here.
Well,
now the throw goes gets away, and Stone will come in to score. Oh, and it went out of play.
Went out of play.
Like, yeah. So Stone will score. And Repke all the way around to third there. Umpires discussing, making sure they're on the same page there.
Yes. I think that base umpire was getting ready to send her back to second, but that was...
Way up high and away here to Peterson. And that one's off her leg.
Sorry, that was still Ashlyn Peterson. Now it's Jenny Nussbaum.
Ladies, bat and elbow guard.
Nussbaum will step up. Jenna Nussbaum, that is. That one nips the outside corner.
Yeah, Spring Lake Park is, being somewhat aggressive on the base paths, trying to draw throws, it looks like. And it worked out in that last play. You wind up getting a throw into the dugout.
Change up missing low and away there. And fouled away. And that one over the outside corner for a called third strike. But Spring Lake Park adds 4 in the inning, so we go to the bottom of the 6th. Osseo down 16-3.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. As veterans, we can tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. But you've never been interested in easy. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
To Sofia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
We go to the bottom of the 6th. Osseo down by 13, so they need to get at least 3 to keep the game going here. Megan Wachholtz, Kaylee Mall, Toddy Shack will hit for the Orioles here in the 6th.
You need 4 to keep the game going. 3 would
You're right.
come out.
I'm sorry, you're right. Nice math, Jay. Wachholtz line to third. Last time up back in the 3rd inning on that nice catch by Bendersky. That one's over for a strike.
Yeah, I was thinking this game would be a little bit closer than it has turned out to be.
Yeah, and actually even the first couple innings it seemed like that was going to be the case. Osseo was getting some runners aboard and everything, but they just never really put things together, and not anywhere near like Spring Lake Park, who would just more and more hit the ball harder and harder as the game went on.
Yeah, I mean, Spring Lake Park has had 3, really big innings. Osseo came into the game with 3 conference wins, but you looked at who they beat. The combined record of those teams was 1-20. So those are wins they should have gotten.
Oof. Fouls it hard down the first base side. Change up, little pop up, and grab is made. So Wachholtz out to begin the 6th. Kaylee Mall will hit.
And I'm sure, Coach Stone is going to rally the Spring Lake Park kids and say, hey, this is the type of game that can turn our season around.
All 0 for 2 tonight. Change up out in front of that one. Fought that one off.
Yep, late on the swing after the changeup. She's thrown some really nice changeups tonight.
Tried to get her to chase that one. 2-2.
Of course, if she would have chased it, might have gotten on base.
Yeah, actually,
strike.
that's true. Yeah. We'll pop up here. Bendersky will make the catch, so 2 gone. And Shack will be the hitter. Osseo tries to get a rally to at least keep the game going here. Down big in the bottom of the 6th, but not looking good right now as the first 2 hitters are retired.
Yeah, and kind of weak little pop-ups. You know, that was one thing, Spring Lake Park, even when they were, down early, they were still hitting the ball pretty good. They just weren't falling in.
Change up here, and Shack swings and misses at that one. Newspaper's probably thinking in their head, I would love to end the game on a strikeout on a changeup.
I think she's just probably thinking, I would like to end the game.
And she's really pitched well, like you talked about earlier. The beginning of the game didn't seem super sharp, but just has really kind of mowed through them since. First 2 innings were, a little bit on the rocky side, but ever since, she's been really good.
Yeah, and the Panthers, they really needed a good, strong pitching performance, and they got one tonight. Oh. Looked like she was headed back to the dugout. Get second life.
Shack now 3-2. Cut and a miss, and it is a strikeout there to end it. Not the changeup and not another called strike, but a strikeout nonetheless. So a 1-2-3 inning work there by Nussbaum. And Spring Lake Park will win it in 6 as they defeat the Orioles by a score of 16-3. Hope you've enjoyed this one here from Osseo. For Jim Feldman and all of our crew at CCX, I'm Jay Wilcox. The Panthers beat the Orioles in 6.